Hello again. So, just carrying on where we left off last time. So, last time we had decided that this chemical factory was going to be a good idea. But let me just show you a little bit how you can find out what you can do. For example, now we know that this oil refinery is providing us with chemicals and petrol. So we can go and we can see where chemicals are required, and we can click on the map and it will take us to the places that want chemicals. So we can then make our decision. We've already made our decision, and we don't have the money to go anywhere so there isn't much point in looking around, but it's just to show you what you can do. And then petrol, we're up there, we're over there. Ooh, it's quite far away for now. And a petrol station. Oh, well, that's handy. Petrol station here. Petrol station. Okay, so petrol is required here. We are making petrol here. Chemicals required here, which will make what is it, farm supplies? Yeah, farm supplies. And then there's a farm here. We could deliver the farm supplies. And well, what do we got here as well? We got grain and sugar beet. Okay, let's just have a look and see if there's anywhere we can take this reasonably close by. Grain brewery. Oh, nice. And a grain mill. No, they are way in the wrong corner. And sugar beet. Sugar refinery. Oh, well, that would be reachable. I don't imagine that would be terribly profitable, but when you deliver the farm supplies, the production goes up, and it can rocket on farms in this game. It really can. Okay, so we're going to have to build a station here for departing goods. We're going to build it. How are we going to build it? Just trying to think how I'm going to do it. Well, for now, it'll be 2 platforms, so that will be fine. And then we have the possibility we can take the petrol to here, and we can take the chemicals to here. So let's arrange the chemicals to here first, because it's nice and easy. Okay, so that's the plan. Let's go. We're going to go downhill at some point. So let's go down here. We'll miss the stones. Stones are expensive to build over. And right now, you know, we don't have much money, so we don't want to spend too much. So right now, we'll just have a simple station for delivery going this way. And oh, this being on a hill is going to be quite nice later. We can build a nice junction with a nice tunnel to go underneath. But right now, we'll just do a simple queue. I think is a helpful key, isn't it? Yeah. We'll just do this. Pop a little tunnel in. Try and avoid having tracks crossing each other. Normally I would have the tunnel go underneath and the trains to come back round and then merge. But at the start of the game we want to do things on the cheap. So, okay, so that is connected. So that's a receiving station, and now we'll have two platform wide here, one for pickup, and we can just pop it there, and then we can just extend this line along to there. We'll have lines going out for that, yeah, coming in like this. And like that. And going out. We'll do that and that, and then we can just join like that. Not very pretty, but terribly functional. Okay. Right. So how are we doing financially now? We've got 20,000 available. How are our trains doing? He's broken down, is he? Ah, he was broken down. Okay, coming in. Now, we could maybe do some naming while we're waiting for these trains to come in. Oh, let me let me get the trains up again. I think people like to see trains, train activity. So what will be happening this one? Keep an eye on that one. Alright, so let's change this name. Is it Swimfingburg? Somethingburg? Somethingburg. Okay. A town with a refinery. Well, we have one here in let's call it Grangemouth. Okay, so this should have changed all the names here. So this is Grangemouth Heights and Grangemouth Portland. So I'm going to change these names to Grangemouth Inn and let me, what on earth can I come up with to name this one? About out. There we go. Alright, so now we instantly know where a train is going. 68% filling up. How are we doing percentage wise? 76% transported. Jolly good. Financially, we have enough to build a new train. So yeah, I don't think we can clone oil and chemicals. I think we have to pick the right tanker. So I'm going to stick with the same trains. On this circular network concept here, you want to have the trains going at the same speed, because all the trains will end up going as fast as the slowest train on your network, because they're all or at least on the slowest train using a stretch of track on the network. Because, well, basically because they'll all end up queuing up behind it. So just use the same trains is my suggestion. Okay, so we're going to pick up chemicals. So it does need to be refitted from oil to chemicals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to go from Grangemouth out with a full load to Great Broadworth Industrial Park. Sounds wonderful. Okay, off we go. Now we're going to need more. Let's pin these and get some clutter off the screen. Pin the finances to. Okay, now we're going to need some more signals because we've got more traffic. So let's put signals 8 apart down the whole line. That should be enough. 8. That should be enough for now. Only goes as far as the next signal, so, and of course we end up with ridiculous situations like this where we have two beside each other. Oh, R, that is the key, yes. I must remember to, I don't normally use all these shortcut keys, I must remember to use them. Right here. Yeah, it lays down signals to the next junction or the next signal. So we'll do that. And if you want to do it, really, you can just, is it R? Yeah. You can do this, remove it on the whole line, costs you money to do it this way, but, and then replace them on the whole line. And, oh, of course, it only goes as far as the junction, we got a junction. So we have to do this thing again, remove, there we go, R again, that's it. And that should have put them on the whole line. That'll cost us a fortune in infrastructure. 4,000 now for signals. That's a lot. Now, how is our chemical train doing? He's waiting to get filled. Okay. So let's keep an eye on the chemical train. And how are we doing financially? Okay, we can repay while we wait. We're going to keep an eye on this chap now. Train 4. Legendary Train 4. Okay, our trains are crisscrossing. Tum tiddly tum. In we come. And well, we could be actually building. We could be building to deliver the petrol. Anyway, let's wait for this train to arrive. Everything is bustling around. Here we go. I haven't used the music because I don't know about copyright thing. I mean, I don't really care about copyright things, but I just don't want to deal with. I don't want to deal with YouTube really. So I don't want to have any issues. Pop signal here too. How are we doing now? How did that fill up? 54%. Oh, so I'm not getting much return. Does it want anything else other than oil? Sometimes when you have factories that require multiple things, they produce more when you deliver multiple. Like if they require 2 or 3 different ingredients, and you deliver all 3 ingredients in the same month, it produces like double what it would normally produce. And if you deliver 2 of the 3, then I don't know, it increases by some proportion, 60% or 50%. Anyway, you get more stuff to carry around. Okay, so let's have a look at this petrol station. Here we are. Well, we can nip off to the petrol station. All we actually need is one line for that. Yeah. I mean, I could be transporting things like mail and stuff like that, but where is it here? Okay, let's pop down a station so that we have a guide. Just one platform is enough. Alright, let's just do that. I don't care about the town, I don't care if they hate me. I just don't want them building on my lines. Don't want them building roads on my lines. I don't like towns. I don't like doing passengers. I hate it when they build roads all over my railway lines. It's like my railway lines. I end up blowing everything up. Okay. Doop, doop, doop. Yeah. There we go. I mean, you could just have one line here and have a train going up and down, but I'm kind of trying to illustrate a principle of how to do this. So the circulatory system, that is. So this is normally, how much money have we got? Well, we have enough, I suppose. This is how I would prefer to do a junction like this. So I'm going to come in from this side. So I'll do something like this. Oh, that's on a hill. It's not a hill. Well, let me flatten this out. There we go. Right. So I have a siding going off like this. I try not to do it on a hill because yeah, you can't. You don't have any space to give any run-in, shall we say. Put a tunnel underneath. You don't want the tunnel to be too long because you can't put signals in a tunnel. You can't put the signals on a tunnel or a bridge. So you want to try and keep them as short as possible. And inevitably that is where a train will break down. Now you see, really I've done this the wrong way because I drive on the left. Dummkopf. Yeah, I should have gone. Oh well. It works. I'm not going to muck about. We'll change it later. Okay, so now we can deliver to the petrol station. There's only going to be one train on there, so I don't need any more signals. So, did we deliver? Yes, we just delivered the chemicals. I wasn't watching. Were you watching? Were you watching, viewer? Were you watching the chemicals arriving while I was mucking about, building track? There we are. Chemical train on its way back. Nice and easy, lovely jubbly. Now, we've just built the siding. All we have to do is find our depot. And we can make a new vehicle. A chain jubilee is good enough. And we're going to give it this time petrol. Okie dokie. Oil I picked. It seems like I'm not very dexterous, which is a shame. Oh, I have to borrow some money. 4, 5. Okay, and now we're going to go from the pickup, and we just delete that because we'll just make it with the old full load. We'll send him on his way, and we're going to send him to the petrol station, which has its own personal petrol delivery railway station. Okay, now we need to pay attention to our groups, keep our management together. If you're bored with my train construction, you can watch my trains chugging around the network on these lovely windows. Okay, and here we are. So we're gonna have a new group, which is going to be petrol to Great Broadworth. What are we going to call that place? Great Broadworth. Alright, well we'll just call it, we'll just go with Great Broadworth, will we? Okay. And the petrol is the green one, isn't it? Yeah. And we've got chemicals. It's a Great Broadworth as well. Okay, so the chemicals go in there. And do we have any ungrouped trains? No. Let's have a look and see how our groups are doing. So the chemical train made 9,000, not great. And the oil to the refinery made, no, 92,000 last year, great. And of course this one is brand new, so nothing happening there. So okay, let's follow train number 5 now, because train 4, well that's train 4, this is train 5. because following these oil trains is now maybe not quite so interesting. Maybe follow this one because he's arriving. We can just watch him arriving here. Okay, and these will be filling up, we hope. $71, $79, $52. Okay, not great. We can repay some money. Okay, bum 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 bum. I really want to tidy this junction up. I made a mess. I disobeyed my own rule. You know, it's the thing with rules. Need to be broken. So I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix this before it annoys me too much. I know I'm wasting all this money, but it doesn't matter. Okay. Oh, not enough cash. Read the messages, you fool. There we are. Right. Okay. And blow this up. Restore this. Do that. I'll straighten that out later. Okay, and then we need to put the signal at the end of the platform. To see, go that way, and then I need to reverse this signal. Did I have any signals? No. I don't need any signals. I've only got one train going down here. Okay, so the principle is you do not have any depots on sidings. All depots on the main line, because this is something people end up with trains getting lost because they're, the trains go down the siding to get serviced, and then they end up not knowing what they're doing. So if you don't have your depots on sidings, and by sidings I mean beside stations, next to stations, the trains don't go there for service. Just keep all your depots on the main line. I could do with more depots. Definitely. There we are. And possibly one in the middle here too, yeah. Okay. So we have things started. Is this petrol ever going to get filled? Are we ever going to see a delivery of petrol? The crowd waits in anticipation. Okay, we should be having a look around. Normally I would be having a look around to see what to do next. What's the next thing to be connected? Do I want to connect the farm? I would like to extend the main line. So we could think about the farm supplies to the farm and the sugar beet to the sugar refinery, but the sugar beet production is pretty awful. 45. I mean, it's gonna take 6 months to fill a train. Oh, here we are. Our petrol train is on its way. Oh, it's struggling a bit. Maybe that's too many carriages of petrol. Maybe I should reduce that. We'll see. Oh, that's the chemicals train on its way back already. Lovely jubbly. How are we doing financially on those routes? Chemicals. 9,000. Yeah, it's not terribly profitable, that route. But yeah, the idea is not that. It's just to squeeze out a little bit extra revenue and get the production started. Once we've got the production going, we can get some feedback loops going. Let's see, if I can get the oil refinery production up, then that will mean that we make more chemicals and more petrol, and so on and so forth. And I think the oil refinery wants engineering supplies. Is that what it wants? The oil production engineering supplies. 21 crates within 3 months, or 84 crates, to quadruple. So I could go from 3 to 12 trains. Probably not 12, maybe 8. Here's our petrol coming in. Let's see how much petrol is worth to the local community. Here we are, chaps. I want some celebrations, thank you. And 15,997. And with the running costs, that probably means we made about what, 11? 13. So, reasonable. Okay. So, there we are. We'll stop it there maybe for now. And that is how we just add a couple of sidings to our main line. That was just fortunate that all of those things combined. So next episode, we'll see if any well, let's have a look at the messages, see if any new industries that might be interesting have started. A new hardware store. Hardware stores, they are good. Hardware stores take building materials, and that is a high paying thing to deliver. So now we got some money, we shall be looking at, we got, let's see here, let's repay. Without really paying much attention to what's going on, we've almost repaid the loan. 1937. And we've been building all the time. We've been building track and, extensions. It's just, it doesn't cost that much extra. You've got your main line, just that little siding is all it costs you to get to that delivery point, and just that little loop there to get to that delivery point. So yeah, this is why I recommend doing things this way. So let's see, I'm not interested in the conservative furniture factory. Grandborough. And this is why I try and rename towns, so that if I rename something, I mean, I kept this name, but I probably will change it next episode. You know, if you have a familiar name on this list, you know it's something that you have a station near. Whereas if it's a generic name from the game, then you don't. So just a little assistant for when you're clicking on things, because you know, I mean, you can also find out where it is, like New Grain Mill. You click on that, it shows you the picture, and you can click on the picture, and then you can click on location, and it will take you there. So you can find your way around like that. But yeah, there we are. Okay, see you in the next episode. Bye for now.